Hello, everybody. My name's Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from the finals of the Veteran Flight Club Championship Series. Super excited to hang out with you guys today. Let's find out who's going to be our veteran champion. Now, both of these competitors are going to be receiving our Flight Club exclusive jackets. Only the top two from every ranking, recruit, veteran, and ace are getting these jackets. I actually have one as well, the sample. They're pretty cool. Super excited. And of course, only one of these players are going to be walking away with the championship belt. And you can see we have some separatist supremacy happening here on the board. And we're about to probably engage pretty soon. So I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, James Ritter, who's done a wonderful job today. Also, shout out to Jonah Piscani, who's been on stats, D. Yoon, our marshal, Daryl McDowell, one of our judges, and of course, all of our competitors who, without competitors, we can't have an event. And then, of course, you guys at home, the viewers, everybody, our supporters, our patrons, you guys are awesome. If you want to find out more about Gold Squadron stuff, come out to our Discord, !Discord, or click the link in the description down below to get caught up on all things Gold Squadron. We're actually going to be updating our website here pretty soon for our next upcoming series. Lots going on, but let's go ahead and hand it over to James, and I'm going to open up the Choose Your Champion poll. Oh my goodness, we have engagement before I even open the poll. You're right, Fun Bobby, I should have opened it earlier. Here we go.
All right, so We'll catch this this engagement real quick, and then we'll run right into the lists.
Yep, it's fine. Each time this has happened today, they've missed. So just to crit, here you go. You got this. I believe in you. I believe in you, Grievous. Don't make me close the bets. Force is a deplete token with Suppressive Gunner, which we'll talk about here in a second. And we're fine. The bets can stay open. All right. Okay. Read me those lists, James.
I got to run through these. All right. Our first finalist, Ernestas Ramanauskas, over on the left, has Django Fett and Zam Wessel. Django is rocking Treacherous, Count Dooku, Thermal Detonators, False Transponder Codes, and a Hull Upgrade. Hull Upgrade. Hull Upgrade. And over on, next we have Zam Wessel with also has Treacherous, Thermal Detonators, False Transponder Codes, another Hull Upgrade, Slave 1 title, and Suppressive Gunner. On the other side of the table, our other finalist, Massiah, also has Zam Wessel, also has Treacherous, Count Dooku, Thermal Detonators, False Transponder Codes, and Hull Upgrade. Also has Berber Kret in the Nantex class starfighter with Predator and Treacherous. And rounding out the list with General Grievous with Treacherous, Imperium Plating, and Soulless 1. So as you saw, right at the opening of the game, both of Ernestas' ships blasting forward with 4 forward boost and managing to take a fairly decent shot at General Grievous. Thankfully, he was able to get the evade he needed, but not before Ernestas' Zam Wessel was able to place a strain, or a deplete, using the Suppressive Gunner upgrade onto General Grievous.
All right. And yes, I did see, per the meme, every fire spray on the table has a Hull Upgrade. What does that mean, Dion? Well, that means that the threshold for half points goes up because they are now an odd number, okay? So we have 11 health, which means that we need to suffer a total of 6 damage in order to get half points. That means all 4 shields and 2 cards. I got this. I promise. Hull Upgrade and me, we're fam now. We're fam now. We got this together. Hashtag Hull Upgrade. Never again.
Okay. All right. We'll see, Dion.
I'm gonna try so hard. I got this. I believe in me. I believe in me. Now, real quick here. Who do you think? Who's your champion? We still got the choosing champion bets are still open for another 5 minutes here, or until we have an engagement where damage is traded. Who are you choosing, James?
My money is on the numbers, so I'm gonna go with Massiah. He has 3 ships, and 3 is a bigger number than 2.
You know
Confirmed.
what? That checks out. These are facts, undisputable facts.
So I think with Burr Kret and General Grievous, I think those 2 ships provide a lot of extra oomph if you can get him where he needs to be, more than Django can.
You know what, man? I don't know, something about Zam and Mango Django that just feels right. Sorry.
So Burr here trying to decide what he wants to do. If he wants to maybe gain a tractor for that pinpoint tractor array chip ability, or stay still and take a focus or an evade. That's really the only options he has. The action bar for the Nantex class starfighter is very small. It's focus or it's evade.
Sorry about that. Almost died there for a second. That was really random. Just randomly started get something stuck in my throat. I'm not even eating anything. Anyway, rolling away. Burr Kret. Remember, Burr doesn't have any way to mitigate that that tractor effect, but might be outside of range 3. Probably hoping to not take a shot from Zam.
I think it's still inside.
Now, Mike's Zam, blue Zam is Mike's because he's the blue player. Might be going down and trying to meet Django. Django is more expensive on Ernie's side, 101 points. So taking that out does have more value. It is crazy how we have the exact same number of points on Ernie's side, 98 points to 98 points for both the Zam Wessels, with the difference here being the choice to have Suppressive Gunner and Slave 1 on one side, and the carrying of Count Dooku crew on the other.
Yeah, I think it's just a decision here made to see what ship you want Count Dooku on, because you're going to bring Dooku. You know, he is great with these fire sprays. And there you go. We see a Dooku trigger calling crit.
And rolled the natty crit.
We already got a crit.
So just uses the focus for the full string. Hit it, crit. Could be some early damage into Burr. Does have 3 agility and a guaranteed evade. Go ahead, spend the evade token. Takes 1 crit, though. Remember, these Nantex do not have shields. So we got first blood here. And the answer is a direct hit. Half points. Close the bets. They're closed.
The easiest half points Ernestas has gotten all day.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Those half points are going to have to wake up Mike Massiah, because right now he is behind 21-0. Now, here's what I'm curious about. I'm curious to see if Burr can survive to get on the flank. I think if he can get there, he can start to actually deliver here a little bit. He can start to do some work.
Yeah, if he can really get in there, and because he does have the bid. Mike Massiah is going to have the bid for the I-5s. It's going to be, I think it's going to be pretty important in kind of both ways, because Ernestas' Zam Wessel has Suppressive Gunner. So if he's able to use that Suppressive Gunner and hand out those deplete tokens or free damages before Mike Massiah's ships is able to attack, that's going to be pretty huge too.
Some people saying maybe Burr could have gravitic deflection. You know, yeah. I mean, obviously he got to final with Treacherous and Predator together. But yeah, of course, every situation makes you seem like, man, I should have brought this. But you know, I'm sure in his games, you know, the combo of both Treacherous and Predator have done some well. Some good. Excuse me, I'm still kind of choking here. Take over here, James.
So Dino's gonna try not to die over there. Yeah, so I think Man, Ernestas, I think, is just in a great position too. So he can come down and really threaten Mike Zam with his Zam and Jango Fett, and really double team this fire spray. Whereas I think Mike's ships are going to have a harder time converging on the same ship. But
I agree, yeah, because they're going in opposite directions.
yeah,
You got Grievous kind of doing the whole runaway thing, and I wonder. Let's think back to last game. Did Mike use the same opening where he kind of spread them out on the bottom of the board?
he did a little bit. I think he converged them a little bit earlier though. No, you know what? He had Grievous and Burr were really close together, and then Zam bringing up the rear.
Okay.
So it's not like a very different approach here, but I think that was against a very different list too.
Right, you're very, very true, and maybe that was Grievous's function, was to draw these fire sprays out quickly, and he thinks that something about that positioning might give him an advantage. I mean, right now, Zam, both of Ernie's Zam and Jango could crash down to this top right side of the board and essentially take on the opposite fire spray. I've said it many times, in this three-piece build, Zam, Brewer, Kret, and General Grievous, if you take out Zam, the game is over.
Oh yeah. There's no way that Grievous and Burwer are going to be able to fight even half-pointed Zam Wessel Jango Fett if he doesn't have Zam with him.
In Zam we trust, baby. In Zam we trust. Now, as we get into this next activation phase, I want to remind you that this round and all of our rounds this weekend were sponsored by Curled Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code VETERAN21 for 21% off. Also, shout out to our giveaway sponsor this weekend, District Foundry. Use that same coupon code VETERAN21 for 21% off. And no, the coupon is not good on Tuesday. Expires this upcoming Monday. That is March 22nd. That's the last day you can use it. U.S. Central Time, by the way, for anybody who's wondering about the exact. If you want to place the very last minute order, that's when it expires.
So 8-Bit Deity and who else said this? I'll find you. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people in chat are talking about that General Grievous sloop, and there it is. Sloop left.
Ready
Resetting.
to engage.
Probably not going to catch anything this engagement, which is probably a good thing for him.
Yeah, agreed. Staying out of the fight. And since one of the complaints that we often have is that Grievous's blues are not very slow. Like, we'd like him to have a one forward blue that'd make it good or better in certain situations. This is a case where that 2-3 straight and the two banks being blue is actually a good thing, because you're going to want him to really get in the fight, get in position quickly, and start to close some distance between himself and the upcoming enemy ships.
Ooh. Burwer Crit coming in tight.
On
and getting on
the flank, yeah.
You said it.
Now he's just got to survive.
Yeah. So Zam is jammed here. I don't even know if maybe you take a lock on Jango Fett to burn his false transponder code.
Yep.
That seems like a really good idea. Yeah, burn the other one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, oh, look at me. I'm double jammed.
Yeah, no. It'll be single jammed. Still. Because that one jam will get rid of the lock.
I mean, but you still were double jammed. You were jammed.
At one point for a split second.
Don't take my fun away. Double jam.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
That's right.
We have the jams.
Space Jam, the very first GSP online event series.
I love my Space Jam tokens. I will never use Jam Action, but I love the Space Jam token. I could use it with Ahsoka and some Chopper.
There you go.
So I may see a boost here. Get that range 1.
Django. Yeah, I mean, I like the boost. Just get into the flank. I mean, right now, with the angle that it has, he already had a shot, but now he's going to ensure a range 1 shot.
And real quick, Zam's maneuver was a too hard.
And that is a white maneuver. That means that Django's ability is on 3 hits after using the Force. And no focus results to change to blanks. Still going to be pushing through 2 damage. That's 2 shields down.
All right, what's in the box? Oh no, it's a bonus attack. Is Zam gonna choose to attack still? She could just say no.
Well, she can't because she'd have to shoot Django.
Well, I'm saying like Ernestas is Zam.
Got it. I think we're gonna have a little back and forth here.
Oh, can he spend the focus to use Suppressive Gunner? Oh, that is such a consistently strong ability.
That's right. Adding the deplete makes it so that when Mike's Zam, the blue one, retaliates with the "You Better Mean Business" card bonus attack, he'd reduce the number of attack dice coming in, assuming that he does it, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to do it.
You'd better mean business. After you defend, you may spend 2 charges from Zam Wessel. If you do, perform a bonus attack against your attacker.
And rolled pretty well. Got the 2 hits. I mean, that would have been the average on 4 dice anyway.
Oh, spending the Force, though.
Oh, spent the Force. Got 3 through. And now, this Zam better mean business. He's attacking back. I slap you, you slap me.
You'd better mean business, Dion. You guys are not messing around. Gonna spend it again.
Crit. Oh my goodness! And yeah, spending
Take another deplete.
Take this deplete.
Man. And consistently rolling no evades there. Sad.
And that is a damage sensor array. Man, that does hurt the flexibility there on Zam Wessel. And let me note this. Listen to me carefully. We are 1 card away from half on Mike's Zam Wessel. Nope.
I thought it was just 5.
Nope.
Oh. Oh.
And now here is not the bonus attack, but the regular attack coming in from Mike's Zam. And they're going to be missing there. Didn't get anything. Feels bad.
Yeah. That was a very, very good trade for Ernestas' side. But we'll see what this Berwick Red can do. He is Predator.
And it's a range 1 bullseye 4 dice. Here's the Pred. And got the crit. 2 hits and a crit. Watch out. Ernie Zam Wessel is going to end up taking hit crit here, and that is under the hull. It's only it is a disabled power regulator. Ooh, that is really interesting.
Interesting.
So disabled power regulator reads: before you engage, gain 1 tractor. Sorry, oh my God, 1 ion token, 1 ion token, and after you execute the ion maneuver, you remove the card, or you repair the card, excuse me. So in two turns, no, I'm starting to get tired. In a couple turns from right now, that Ernie's Zam Wessel is going to be forced to do a 1 forward and can only do a focus. Somebody's telling me to eat a Snickers. I don't have one. All right, hit crit going into Django, and that's going to be landing.
Wow, that was basically for free. Well, not really. He took a lot of damage on Sam.
James, you got to stop using Suppressive Gunner on me. You keep depleting me.
I keep depleting you. Man, how many times has Suppressive Gunner triggered just on stream? I mean, he triggered it. He triggered it several times last game.
It sure did. I mean, Suppressive Gunner is one of those cards that it fits really well on the fire spray chassis. because of the number of attacks, assuming that it's getting bonus attacks. It's quite good.
Wow, yeah. And it works pretty well when you don't have Dooku on there, because sometimes you don't have that extra focus modification, and you don't want it to go unused.
Oh my God, really? Words are escaping me. Captain Knucklehead asks, is the Ion maneuver a one straight or a one straight no dial? It is. You just execute a one straight. There's no dial. You don't set it. They'll likely set it on the dial. That happens sometimes. Yeah, we got to get that fixed. Really quickly here, Jango Fett has a total of 3 shields right now. But yeah, one of my opinions on the suppressive gunner is like it has a lot of value when you are either a support ship that doesn't have a lot of modded attacks, because let's say you're giving away your tokens to somebody else, or if you are a ship that does multiple attacks and has that gunner slot, it has value because a lot of times those secondary bonus attacks don't hit as hard, and you might have some unresolved focus tokens out there, and putting them to use is fantastic. Yes, the Ion maneuver is also blue, so it does clear any stress or tokens that can be removed with a blue maneuver.
Something wicked in the chat. I stepped away for 1 second. How the heck did Burracret take a crit? Yeah, it was the first one of the first engagements, and range 3 just took a 1 crit, and it was a direct.
That's right. Slam dunk. Disable power regulator. So I'll say it.
You know, suppressive gunner is really good on an epic ship using the point defense turret, because you can get like 6 bonus attacks.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's like a suppressive fire.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew.
Go in. I like it. I you know what, James? Yeah. I have to admit something. This is going to be hard to admit. I have not played a single game of 2.0 Epic. Not one.
Disappointed.
I'm disappointed in myself. I just haven't had any time, man. Time.
I thought you had.
Nope, not even
done one on stream.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Well, you should.
And now I've been shamed into it. I want to. It's just one of those where I just haven't had the time, and it's just something about Epic that I need all the cards in front of me. So I bought the packs. Let me be clear. I bought the conversion kits. I'm ready to go. And in fact, in first edition, we not only supported Epic play, we also played it. We were part of an Outrider tournament, was the name of the tournament, that had Epic as one of 2 legs of the tournament. So like you started, the tournament started, you had a team, and it started with 1 Epic match. You played 1 Epic match, and then you played 2 normal, dogfight matches. It was really fun. I'm sure it'll come back one day. It's a great format. Because I would never want to play an Epic tournament because it goes a little bit too long. But like one game as part of a changing formats, like I think it was really fun.
Yeah. So where was it? Yeah. Maze Room in the chat saying Epic is great for 2v2 teams with beer. So I Epic is the beer and pretzels version of X-Wing. I really enjoy just like I played it a couple times with some of my local guys, and just like sitting down and having a good time, throwing lots of dice, having those new wing tools that could come out with, really helpful.
Hold on one second here. General Grievous relieves the stress, but in danger zone here, He's right. He's gonna bomb himself. Like, that's happening. He's okay with it. Apparently, this is my lot. This is what I've chosen.
Grievous may get a good shot here onto Zam unless she boosts.
Yep, she can boost down to the left here. Nah, taking a target lock. No, never.
Boost. Okay, no, he put the right. He put the right lock.
They put the right lock on there. The Dion target lock. Nice.
Don't jam that one off.
This one must stay. All right, and Burwer does end up bumping into Zam. Looks like
I think he's good with that though.
Yeah, he can execute the. He can take the tractor.
I don't think you want to though. I think you're good with that because you have your arc pointed the right way. You might catch Django in the bullseye. Maybe. Doubtful. But yeah, he's good with it.
Where does he go? Nope. He's going to be facing off with Grievous. Actually, probably not. Probably just boosts out of here. There's no reason to stay. Though if you boost, you're going to end up in front of that cloud. But you got space. You got space.
Yeah. Yeah. Plenty.
Bombs on Ernie's side going off.
Nothing. Just this one.
Yeah, this one was dropped by Mike, and 2 out of the 3 ships are his that are going to be taking effects from it. Are we going to get some Dookuing a Dooku action here?
Ooh, no, please.
Yeah. It's first player. It's player order. It's just player order.
Roll the crit outside the box. I just gotta re-roll it.
Rip.
That feels bad.
And who is next? And this one is a blank. And last but not least, I think we have Mike's Zam.
The ghost will have their vengeance. You're right, sir, Mr. Lub.
Oh, that was a Dooku to a blank there with Zam.
Very good call. Because that would have been a crit. All right, this is Django into General Grievous.
And it would not just have been a crit. It also would have been half points because we would have reached that threshold of 6 cards. I mean, of 6 damage, excuse me.
Ooh, rolled 4 dice and only got 1 eyeball result.
Oof.
Ouch. Looks like the only other shot here. Nope, important. Take
disabled power regulator.
Yeah. Only other shot here is going to be General Grievous, but Treacherous is on. Oh, no.
Oh, he does have the tail end of Django here. Seeing if you can get a couple more shields. It's going to be a 3-on-2. Django does still have Count Dooku available.
Oh,
no, man.
Wow.
Hit, crit. And only one. Roll the natties, baby.
We don't want mods here. Let's roll dice.
I mean, let's be real. Like, it's funny. The dice and X-Wing are people's both favorite and least favorite thing combined in X-Wing.
Yeah, least favorite for sure. Nope.
No, it's that you say that, but you know you love it. The drama. You live for it.
The drama. I'm here for the drama.
Yep. All right. Trail mix.
Gonna get a reroll for Grievous's ability.
And hit crit.
Ooh. Spin to focus. That's 3.
Got him. Hit crit. Guaranteed 1 damage. Going into Zam Wessel on Ernie's side. How many cards is the question? And is there any modifiers? Looks like there was a Dooku trigger there.
Dooku evade, then use Treacherous.
To put a strain on Zam. But still, 1 crit does end up going through.
Oh, no.
And that is half points now on Ernie's Zam Wessel. No, he canceled the crit with Treacherous.
Oh, right. You can choose.
You can choose, yeah. It says cancel a hit or a crit. Yep. So with that, Ernie's Zam is now at a total of, I'm like triple checking this before I say it, 5 hull.
Triple check, double check. Check everything.
So that's half points earned right now. Mike is ahead 21-49.
Wow. Man. That was a fairly good round for Mike. That was after that last round, that was much better.
A Fun Walk. I mean, James. Seems like Fun Walk is trying to DM you.
Yeah. I got him. I got him.
Is he asking you to troll me? Is that what's happening right now?
I would never confirm or deny that, Dion. I would never rat my best bud Fun Walk out like that.
Oh, wow. Your allegiance is to Fun Walk and not to me? Oh, my goodness. I
mean, I think Fun Walk is closer to me physically, right?
I mean, yeah, but we're I don't know.
I got nothing. Yeah. Man.
You drew the line in the sand. I see how it is now.
Yeah. So, can we just take a moment and talk about how amazing this TTS mod is?
Agreed. It is fantastic. Thank you to all the developers and everybody who's done the work on it. It's absolutely amazing. The whole team, all of them.
Yeah. So I got a little birdie talking on my ear saying that it is Flipster's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Flipster. Happy birthday, Flipster. Happy birthday to Flipster. Happy birthday to you.
I would sing, but no one wants that.
I mean, that wasn't actually very good. But yeah, happy birthday, buddy. He's one of the main devs, right? On the TTS X-Wing mod.
Yeah, I've worked with him a little bit on helping create some of the. Actually, we were just talking about Epic. A lot of the Epic resources in TTS. I was helping him work through a couple of the problems they were having there. But yeah, he works really hard on making all these stuff and work for TTS, which is really, I mean, I don't know if you guys have looked at the scripting for TTS. It's not supposed to do stuff like this. This is not made for miniatures games. The TTS is made for card games and like RPGs. So yeah, him being able to like create, hit detection and bump detection blows my mind. And the TTS mod, specifically X-Wing, for this one, has really saved me a lot of loneliness in the past couple of this whole year. It's been a year, Dion.
Yeah, man.
And being able to play with like my local friends, even if we're like only a couple miles away, but not being able to see each other, has been really great. So thank you, Flipster. You are very appreciated.
Awesome. Also, why would Funwalk not send that to me? I'm still mad at Funwalk. He's on my bad. He's on my naughty list.
That's all Dion can think about.
Yeah, I'm just feeling salty. Just saying, I'm just feeling salty.
You didn't want to bother. You're a busy man.
I'm a busy. You're as busy as I am right now. I guess no, that's not true. I'm also monitoring it. No, that's false. These are the only 2 players right now. You're as busy as I am.
Don't be salty because Funwalk likes me more. Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
This is fine.
I ain't salty. It's good. All right, 2 straight from Ernie Zam Wessel. Did set up that bombing run. We'll see.
Do you think he repairs the crit? Oh, he doesn't. But he's gonna set himself up to.
I mean, you can't repair a disabled power regulator. It's
hello.
You're required
what?
to. What's wrong?
You can't.
No,
you can't. Wow.
No, you have to be ionized. The only way for it to repair is it being ionized.
I could have sworn that. Like reading it and like rereading it. Yep, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you could repair that one.
Yeah, you can by being ionized.
Thank you. Good point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, look at this. Mike is trying to regroup with his Brewer Cret. Remember, they're on the same team. Same team there on the north side.
Yeah, that would be scary if they were not.
Yep. Now, General Grievous, I'm curious to see if he ends up... Oh, got a bump. Going to be trading some shots here. Zam Wessel versus Django. And that bump does make it so that Django Fett was in range for the thermal detonator and will be taking a damage there. But, of course, Ernie's thermal detonators will also be looking to do... looks 1 to 2 die rolls there for the thermal detonators. First one, that is a damage on Mike's fire spray. That's going to end up being half points. And there's another 2 cards. That's
so it's only he Dooku'd one of them.
He Dooku'd one of them. Okay, so still got half points though with the 5. And now we are in engagement.
Ooh.
We got 2 hits there coming from Django into Mike Zam.
So he is strained here.
Yep, 2 dice because of the strain, and one of those are going through.
He could use Treacherous to give a strain onto Grievous, but he may choose not to.
Yeah, especially with Ernie's Zam having a shot here at range 2.
Oh, he's going to reveal the card. Oh, yeah, get a lot. That's free.
Mm-hmm.
That's free money.
That is
put it in the bank.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Takes a target lock, and here is Ernie Zam firing at General Grievous, range 2, and got the full string. 3 hits. Guaranteed damage happening on Grievous here with only having 2 agility, and you're getting an extra one there. Spend the focus, takes 2. That's a tough break there for Grievous. Takes a shield and a card. Or was that first blood on Grievous? That was just for the first one. So just 2 shields.
Yeah, 2 shields.
Burwer, no shots.
Yep, taking that second eye on Ernestas' Zam Wessel. Oh man.
All right, here we go.
Django here. That's where you get your lock at.
Yeah, go for the modified shots. I know the temptation is to split fire. But Zam's going to be a sitting duck next turn. Like, get Django now while you have the chance. And you have the modification.
He's going into Zam.
Okay. So he's looking for the consistent shots because he can get it this turn and next turn. You know what? When you roll hit,
rewarded.
when you go hit, crit, you can't be wrong. And all three are sticking there. Hit, crit. And the answer is a hull breach. Every card is face up. Whoa. Down to 2 hull after that. Híjole.
Yeah.
And Ionized next turn, James.
Math again?
7 minus 5. It's 6 plus 1 minus 5 is 2. Done.
All right.
Can General Grievous round it out? He's got a range 2 shot. He spent his focus on the modifiers. Here we go. 3 dice. 1, 2.
Ooh, a blink out.
No, the Natties survives.
Natties in the chat for our boy Sam Wessel. Easy dodge. Flex on him, Ernie.
Well, right now, remember, the Ernie Zam is going to be ionized, forced to do a blue 1 forward, and can only focus. No boosts, no reinforce, nothing else. That means that Mike is going to know exactly where Ernie Zam is. So expect him to line up a couple of shots. And here's my question, James. What can Mike do to try to either eliminate or at least reduce the threat of Django in this upcoming turn? Or do you just kind of have to ignore him and take the shots of opportunity on Zam?
Oh, man. So Zam was able to reacquire his lock on General Grievous using his ability, or using Zam's ability there. Ooh, man. So Zam wants to muck up Django, but he's got to go fast to do the stress. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Django is just going to be a threat. Probably for the rest of the game, at least against Grievous.
Yep. And to answer a question here in the chat, somebody asked, "Do you get linked actions after Ion?" No. You can only perform a focus. Period. End of story. That's it.
And that includes while you're ionized.
Right. Exactly. Now, you could potentially be coordinated after if you are coordinated after you have already executed the ion maneuver, then you could do other actions. But while you have those 2 tokens, and those 2 tokens come off last, it's the last thing to happen. You move, you can focus, anything else, shenanigans, other abilities, blah, 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 and then the ion tokens come off.
Yeah, the general rule of thumb with stuff like stress maneuvers and ion maneuvers is no, unless it says specifically you can use this on ion or stress maneuvers.
No, unless it's like,
No, no, unless yes. Am I generally right there, D? Like, no, unless it says like specifically ion maneuvers or stress maneuvers.
Oh dear, I heard my name. Sorry, I was handling lots of things.
No worries.
Lots of things. We were just talking about ion maneuvers and how basically nothing interacts with them unless it specifically says ion maneuver.
Correct. I think that's a fair thing to say.
Well, like you can't take any other action besides focus. You can't,
Yep.
Yeah.
The rules are
no fine-tuned controls.
Multi-step in the way they're described, but what it boils down to is, you just focus, or if you're a robot, don't do anything and sit there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Robot sad.
And that's, and again, a couple of people are asking about maybe some exceptions. No, none. Vader can't get around it. Nothing. No linked actions. Just the focus. That's it.
Ooh, Perceptive Copilot works though.
Yeah, it's a focus. And there's Burwer, did a 3-turn to the left, trying to get as close to Zam as possible. No problem, Flipster. I almost said Merry Christmas. You know what? No. Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy Birthday. Both. You can have them both. I know that I'm a few months late on the Christmas, or am I just several months, I'm 9 months early on it. But yes, Merry Christmas and Happy Birthday.
That's a baby early.
You're right. It's a whole baby early. It's fine. It's fine. No shame.
So Django taking a lock here. Do you think? Oh, he's using those cool Ryloth tokens from the Galaxies event.
Mm-hmm.
He takes it on General Grievous.
Now here's Django going out the back at Grievous, trying to take him out before he can shoot. 2 hits and a crit, not bad.
That's a good start.
That's the way you get it started. Spends the target lock.
And the Count Dooku force.
Oh, full string. I remember,
all right.
a direct hit would not kill Grievous. He actually likes seeing that crit. There's a potential to get rid of it with Impervium plating. 2 hits and a crit go through.
No, he's got his Grievous roll.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
2 hits and a crit go through. Impervium plating may get rid of the crit. Let's find out what it is. It has to be a ship crit. And the answer is, it is weapons failure.
Boy.
And that is fantastic. Just get it out of here. Done.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, Ernie now taking the shot here at General Grievous. Ooh, full string, 3 hits. Who needs mods? Grievous does only have 3 health left. Needs to roll some paint here. And the answer is enough. Enough to keep Grievous alive. Grievous is down to 1 hull. Could end up getting that 1 damage needed to take Zam out. But notice that Zam was able to hold on to that focus token, which may come in handy.
Yeah, so hopefully Grievous doesn't want to deal that last damage because Zam could do her bonus attack. So hopefully Mike's Zam can take out Ernestas' Zam. And then we'll only have to worry about 1 Zam on the table.
And from downtown, Brewer Cret throws 1 hit. No damage whatsoever. All right, Mike's turn. Yeah, like you just said, James, he wants to take care of it now.
He probably calls a crit here on Dooku.
100%.
And he's hovering it. I think you do it.
Uh-huh. And
maybe not.
No, he did not. 1 hit.
Oh.
It would have gotten through anyway, but it would have forced him to spend the focus. I'm really surprised he didn't.
So do you trade Zam for Grievous here?
That's if you actually can do the damage is the question.
I mean, you got the focus.
I go for it. I mean, yeah.
All right.
You end up on top in the trade. Grievous is worth. I mean, actually, yeah. And the other half that's left over, it is.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You're
it's
on
more,
top.
More points.
Spend it. Hit crit. Got him.
Oh, that'll do it.
And this crit could matter. It's a hull breach. Remember, both blinded pilot.
Oh, blinded pilot.
That matters. That matters. That means that focus is not usable, and a double stress, meaning that nothing. It's dead. But the focus, and the blinded pilot does end up mattering here. Range 2 going into General Grievous out the back.
and the blinded pilot. That's nothing.
And right there, the focus not usable because of blinded pilot. It's done.
Man, that is sad.
I'm sure Mike's heart rate through the roof right now, just trying to survive.
So, Grievous left on 1 hull, Zam left on 4 hull, and Burrowcret left on 2 hull. All 3 of Mike's ships are limping.
And guess the score, guys. Look at that score. 98 to 98. It is tied. We got a lot of X-Wing to play. Django is in
How does this keep happening?
Django has a ton of tools still available. Dooku's still on the board. He's still got Treacherous if Mike's taking shots through his own ships. I mean, this is going to come down to the wire still, so watch out. And of course, he's also got Initiative 6 and boost, so he can get out of spots that are no bueno.
Yeah, Major 2-hour finale, right?
No.
No.
23 minutes left, and that is it. All right. Now, as we go into this, let's, who do you know what? Let's put up a momentum poll. Let me go grab it. Who do you think has the momentum? Give me 1 second to go ahead and pull it up. It's basically choose your champion, but this is not for bets. I'm just curious. Where are you guys at?
So, Sir Mr. Lub Dub, I'll read off Burrowcret's card real quick. After you perform an attack that hits, each friendly ship with Calculate on the action bar and a lock on the defender may perform a red Calculate action. So, no, it's I5.
Yeah, it's just I5. It doesn't do anything. Type 1 or 2 in the chat. Who do you think has the advantage right now? 1 for Ernie, 2 for Mike. Who do you think has the momentum right now? Did Zam boost with disabled power regulator? No, no, just did a 1 straight.
Focus.
That was it. Yeah, 1 straight focus.
Oh, okay. So Mike's Zam did boost.
Mike's Zam, yes.
It says damage sensor. He repaired the damage sensor array last turn.
A long time ago. Yeah.
Can you clear that, Jonah?
Cool.
Thank you.
And yeah, this is it's coming down to the wire right now. 57% of our current audience who's participated in the poll. Mind you only have to be type 1 or 2 in the chat. Let us know player 1 or player 2. 1 for Ernie, 2 for Mike. Who do you think has the momentum right now going into these last 20 minutes? About 58% of the people think that it's Ernie. What do you think, James?
I think those 58% of the people are crazy.
Are crazy? You think they're crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, I said it before. I'll say it again. 3 is a bigger number than 1.
Mathematical.
So I mean, I just said earlier that, you know, all 3 of Mike's ships are limping and could be taken out with 1 good shot from Django. But the thing is that Django can only shoot 1 time per round, and there's only 20 minutes left on the clock. So that's.
Look at this call here. Dropping the thermal detonator all the way back there. Huh.
Maybe
he's expecting like a crazy like cowboy 4 straight through the debris.
I hope not, because I'll be confused.
What in the world?
We could see like a 1 bank boost left. And that would land him in that spot, but he would just not boost.
And I mean, Tycho1707 did say it here. I like this. Also, it keeps Django honest. I was like, hey, you know, if you get a little weird. Now, I didn't quite understand the play on Ernie's thermal detonator. That doesn't quite check out for me, but. Maybe I think that's a misplay.
No,
I don't know where.
I like Ernie. I like Ernie's thermal detonator because if Grievous had 1 hard barrel rolled, you know,
you're right for the pursuit.
If Grievous had 1 hard, he would have been in a bad spot.
You are correct, 100%. You get a gold star.
Oh, well, can I turn this in for anything?
Pride points.
I don't have any pride.
Well, you gotta spend your star. All right, so thermals go off without hurting anybody.
Ooh, Zam, unobstructed at range 3.
Watch out. Zam does have a focus. And it's just 2. Has a focus available for defense. You spend it all day, friend. All day.
He made Dooku a crit here. Or, sorry, Dooku a evade. Just to make sure.
I would. Why not?
Just to make sure. Okay,
Spend the focus. Okay. You good.
That's called insurance, folks. Sometimes you just don't need it. Sometimes your house just doesn't burn down, and then you're like, well, I'm glad I had the insurance on that.
All right, now that's the "you should thank me" trigger. Does set up the target lock. Actually, I believe he had it already, so not a big deal.
But he's going to recover a charge.
It does recover the charge, setting up the potential bonus attack later on. Brewer Krat taking a range 3 side arc shot, just 2 dice. Django still able to hold on to the focus, and that's going to be hit crit. Watch out, Django. And that's going to be the first shield.
That's the third shield.
The first shield of this round, first damage of this round.
Good point.
Range 3 from Zam going into Django. Here's the roll. Has a target lock available. Will he spend it? He already got 2 hits. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for it and not going to get anything there.
Probably say the same thing here. A Dooku and evade.
Yep, he did. We saw him flip it.
No, you can't do that.
That's not how that works. But
that's not how the Force works.
Yeah, remember, so Dooku specifically says if the result is not in the roll, you would alter it.
Isn't that 1.0 Palp?
Oh, yeah, 1.0 Palp was like, yeah, I'll pop it. I'll just come over here and change this die.
But you get to see it first, right? Or did you call it?
I forgot how they changed. I think at first it was like see the dice, alter the dice, and I think they ended up changing it to calling it before. Maybe. I think at the end it was calling it before. But before it was, yeah, okay. See, I had it right. I had it right in my head. Yeah, originally you got to see it and just be like, oh yeah, I have foreseen it. It truly was unlimited power.
Unlimited power. Typo X-Wing. Stop the 1.0 talk. We're trying to forget.
We can't forget. We can't forget because we got to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Never forgetty.
Mm-hmm. Now, with this positioning, I'm curious to see what Mike does. You know, he does have the advantage. It's one thing that we haven't gotten to talk much about in the Flight Club Championship Series. He's got the final salvo advantage, right? Now, obviously, he would have 3 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 dice in the final salvo versus Ernie's 3 if we actually get through these next 16 minutes without doing any additional damage and no other points being scored. But I mean, I don't know if I'm Mike, I think I want him to get aggressive, man. I think I want him to really step on the gas. Don't let Ernie start chasing you around and plinking away damage on your ships as they get left out to dry. Make sure you have all three ships in relatively the same distance away from Django, and just consistent shots. Make sure you have 3 shots every turn.
Yeah, I think old man's Sam in 2020 in the chat says Mike won't run. I don't think so either. I think he's gonna keep up the barrage and keep Django honest.
All right, let's find out what we get. I see a thermal detonator drop.
Using that 2 straight template. Oh, this is the big one.
This is the final thermal detonator. I'll leave the sound down so you guys can hear it.
Yeah, it's not as cool as the seismic charge sound, though.
True that.
Are seismics even hyperspace right now?
I don't think so.
Sad.
All right, Grievous doing the 2-bank boost. All right. Where do we think the engagement's going to end up happening when they come together? Top left or top right?
I got to turn my camera around. I think top left. I think Django is going to hard turn left and start boosting around.
There you go. You called it. I didn't
I
like.
cheated.
I didn't
just
like
looked
the
into
hard turn
future.
on Brewer Kret. I would have preferred him to go down to the bottom of the board and regroup with Zam and Grievous. We'll see if he ends up taking damage here from Django, who boosts.
I don't know if the boost may not get arc.
It might be a little bit wide, right?
Yeah, it's that angle. That angle. I think this one's on accident. He bumped. So I'll give Ernestas a pass on this angle.
I'll decide again on action. Might just hook up a target lock here for mods. Nope, he's gonna boost to the right. Interesting.
Boom.
Alrighty, nobody was in the range there. Cool little animation.
Probably Dooku's a crit here.
Using that back arc.
Oh,
And
sad.
just the 1 crit. Brewer should be able to shake us off.
And he says, "You Dooku a crit, I'll Dooku an evade."
Guaranteed no damage.
But he's fine.
Rolls the dice anyway. Spend the focus too. No, spend the focus. I guess no, he has an attack. Don't do it.
Oh yeah.
All right, and we should get a retaliation, not actual retaliation shot, but a return fire here from Brewer Kret into Django. Range 3. This is going to be 2-on-3. Django's got no up abilities here. Spend the focus for 1. And that's going to go through. Shields are down. Again, shields are down on Django. Plinking away. Needs 2 more cards for half.
Yeah.
This is coming down to the wire, guys. Oh, my goodness. And I know you guys want to see it, so I'm going to bring it. You want to see the table edge here for Django. Let me show you. So, as you can see right there, the hard one to the left, that looks fine. Should not have any problems. To the right, don't go to the right. You're going to die.
No, don't do that, please.
Yeah, so hard one to the left. I think one of the issues with that is that it is a little bit predictable, but the question is, so you hard one, your arc is now facing this way. You boost, so you can end up somewhere in this area over here. But then not have any shots because Brewer Kret can just hard turn on you and get a nice shot. Zam, Mike Zam that is, of course, could like too hard, zoom in here. But then they have the opposite problem because then Mike is going into the corner and they're kind of flipping places, right? Like it's fighting in the corner is dangerous. You can chase somebody into the corner, but the problem is then you're in the corner. Like it's this back and forth. You got to watch out. You got to have a plan, especially if you don't have a turret. Then you're going to have to face that corner and likely do a Talon roll or a K turn or spend extra turns trying to get out of there, like what's going to have to happen here with Django. Hard turn, boost, or he just takes a turn of just focusing or reinforcing if he wants to take that risk.
I do want to point out quickly that if Mike is able to get half on Django, Ernie would have to take out his entire list in order to make up the points.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. That seems dangerous.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe
well,
you see a little boost here, probably.
he doesn't have any mods out there right now.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not getting. Yeah. But once the hard one comes in, then he won't have a shot.
True that. Well, also, that's if he actually boosts back. I guess I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. By doing the boost, he can make sure that he has an attack this turn rather than putting it essentially in Ernie's hands.
Exactly, yeah.
Just a bit outside. Grievous and Brewer Kret need to get back in here. He did have an opportunity for a free shot this turn, but with Brewer and Grievous not really being a part of the equation, it's a little bit tough. Grievous, it seems like Mike has decided that Grievous doesn't want to play anymore. But my warning is similar to what you just said there, Jonah. If he gets the half points, if Mike can get the half points on Ernie's Jango Fett, then he has to kill all the ships anyway. So you could send Grievous in there as a either sacrificial lamb or just to have another shot. All right, have another shot, pool some fire, and then try to get those half points with the other two ships.
Yeah, lots of work for just Django to do if he wants to come back with the win.
Some people are reporting other math. I trusted you, Jonah. I trusted you.
Gasp.
Some people are saying
Did I get that wrong?
the Zam plus half on anything else will do it. Ah,
Okay. So my math was based on if he only kills Brewer and Grievous, it won't be enough. He would have to kill Zam and one of the other two. So they are right. That's my bad. But I figured if he were to kill somebody, would probably be Brewer or Grievous, and that wouldn't be enough.
got it. Yeah, but also Zam on Mike's side only has 4 health left. So with a good roll, you could just say bye-bye.
You think we just see a 1 straight here from Zam to keep the arc wide?
Mm-hmm.
Give time for the rest of his ships to come up.
Alrighty, and yeah. Does Grievous come in? That's a strong question. All right, focus is cleared. Zam card being selected on the right side. It looks like we're ready to go. Are there any bombs left in play? Yes. Zam on Mike's side has 2 thermal detonators left. Those are the last 2 bombs left in the game. Here's a system phase. I really doubt he's going to bomb his own ship. And now here we go. Brewer Kret doing the 1 turn. Grievous did the 2. Zam shimmying up 1 straight. 1 straight. Here's the T-roll. Oh no, Ernie takes a stress. He's giving up the side, the flank. Range 2. Here's an opportunity to grab those half points right here. Remember, Dooku's in play on both sides.
He may choose to Dooku a blink on Ernestas' roll.
True that.
D standby for Dooku on Dooku action.
And he took a target lock earlier. Oh no, the Dooku trigger, 2 hits and a crit. Hit crit going through. That's half points. And a hull breach. Everything's face up. Oh man.
I'm continually.
They are calling it.
I'm continually responding to Dooku versus Dooku questions. It all is handled in the rules reference. So players, please familiarize yourself with this document when you enter Premier events.
All right, what was that? Oh, and it looks like Ernie is calling it there with losing the half. Let's give him a round of applause. Really great played game.
Yeah.
Mike is our veteran Flight Club champion.